And here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Bayloric Worldwide Television. The fight is on. Linares versus Crolla 2. Can Crolla get revenge? Does Jorge Linares go back with the title? Linares is the favorite coming into this fight. Crolla has it all to do. So let's get straight over to the fight itself. Here we go. Let's get over. Crolla coming to the ring now, making his entrance. Dressed in green, got a green t-shirt on, white shorts, usually smiling. Here he is in the ring, about to step into the ring now. Anthony Crolla acknowledging his crowd. It's Manchester. I think it's Manchester, isn't it? The crowd. He's back here again, the second time. The rematch. Crolla versus Linares. I heard the Sky team say that Crolla is better in a rematch, but who is he having a rematch? Who's he had rematches with? This is a totally different situation. He lost the first fight. I mean, what's he going to do differently? This is what I want to know. Yeah, Eddie is just giving Crolla a pep talk there. Strategically, it's going to be down to Joe Gallagher tonight to overturn a pretty poor record at world level. Gallagher's record is pretty good. He stands up excellent at a British level with a lot of his fighters being very successful. You can't knock that about Gallagher's gym. But when they step up to world level, all their fighters seem to get found out. The common theme with Gallagher fighters is that they all tuck up tight. They don't have much head movement, moving straight lines, and predominantly their left hook to the body is their key punch. So Joe Gallagher is going to have to come up with a little bit more. And tonight, Joe Gallagher, I think Jorge Linares is going to make his entrance to the ring tonight. It's imperative that Gallagher learns from his mistakes. The quick fight, he didn't get it right beforehand. He didn't get it right during the fight. Quick lost the fight on points. The Jorge Linares fight, the first fight, I remember him saying to what's the guy's name now? Crolla in the corner in the first fight. He's saying, don't let him shoe shine you. But he'd been shoe shining him for the whole fight. See, he can't afford Linares in this fight. From round one, he cannot allow Linares to steal the last 30 seconds of a round. So if Crolla's going to win this fight, he's going to have to win every round convincingly and not allow Linares to, when they say shoe shine, which means throw fast punches at the end of a round to convince the judges that, you know, that fight is done, that has won the round. So he can't afford that to happen. Gallagher himself, and he's already talking about strategy, but the strategy for Gallagher would be to learn from his mistakes. Two of his top fighters have lost because he's put either poor strategy or not being present in big fights. Gallagher's gone missing in the big fights. It's like he doesn't see or can't sense when his fighters are behind on scorecards. In 2 fights, he's done that. So this is the 3rd fight now. Let's hope Gallagher and Crolla, well, more so Gallagher, has got his head together tonight. He needs to be present for Crolla because he's going to be coming from behind. 31 Linares, 30 Crolla. Fights, 44 fights for Linares, 39. 256 rounds done by Linares, 239 for Crolla, 33% knockout ratio for Crolla, 61% for Linares. So we'll see. Good evening to everybody around the world who's joining to listen to this commentary tonight. Let us fix that first. some sound effects in here tonight as well. So for those people around the world that are just tuning in, give you all a round of applause. We appreciate it. Let's get that volume up as well. Great stuff. You make sure I'm not ignoring anybody in the room while I'm doing this. So. Oh my God, my TV's gone off. Phew, we're back on Panic Attack then. Joe Gallagher's going to get one of his fighters seriously hurt if he carries on letting them take unnecessary punishment. Going Linares stoppage round 9. De La Hoya is there. You better hope the ref stops it then, because Joe Gallagher won't. You think it will go 12? I think that Crolla's going to try and put more pressure on Linares and trying to close the show in every round. He's got to do that. But by taking more chances and taking more risks, I think he himself leaves himself in a position to get himself knocked out. I'm going with stoppage for Linares anytime. Linares hits much harder than Crolla. So I still can't believe, to be fair, I can't believe Crolla's got to the level he's got to. When you think about the days of Crolla when he was boxing before, guys like Gavin Reese and stuff like that, and he was looking poor against them, I can't believe now, after he gets hit over the head, he's become this world fighter. I can't believe it. You know, he's done really well for his career, Crolla. Got to give him credit for that. He's done really well for his career. So shout out to Crolla for that. Okay, the referee's Howard Foster. Good old Howard. He knows where to stop a fight, doesn't he? Well, he was badly criticised for the stoppage over Groves and Froch the first fight. But what a lot of people don't know and don't understand is that actually Groves was seriously concussed by Froch during that stoppage. Don't talk about it, but there are people that know that actually Groves was pretty concussed in the first fight, where everyone criticised Howard Foster for stopping that fight. Okay, 39 fights, 31 wins, 13 by KO, 5 losses and 3 draws. The challenger, Anthony Crolla. Yeah, see, I could do some announcing. There we go. $1 million Crolla. I'd like to see him fight Terry Flanagan instead, you know, to be honest. I really would have. But hey, that's just me. And now the champion. 44 fights, 41 wins, 27 by KO with only 3 losses. The champion, Jorge Linares. Oh, I should be an announcer, shouldn't I? No, I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. Stop him. On-field points and Linares KO double. Linares wins decision and Mikey Garcia knocks him out. What do you guys think? Possibly. Mikey's on Showtime watching this fight, waiting for the winner. He's mandatory for them. Poor guys. More so, Crolla. Let's get to the fight then, guys and girls. Okay, both guys touch gloves. Crolla back to the corner, and I don't know if Gallagher kissed him on his cheek or he whispered something in his ear. I'd love to know what he's whispering in his ear. Ready to go. And we're off. Round 1. Let's see what Crolla does. Both guys center of the ring. Linares pops out a jab and another jab. It's caught by right hand to the body from Crolla there. Both guys seem to be, well, Crolla's up on his toes, bouncing up and down his toes. Don't know why, but he's just bouncing on his toes. Why is he bouncing? I don't know, but he's bouncing. Upright, Crolla. Already using head movement. Feints the right hand to the body. There. Crolla. Trying to push Linares back to the ropes. Linares digs a shot into the body. Linares, for me, has to take this, keep the center of the ring. Don't allow Crolla to force him back. Crolla, jab. Linares just taking a look at his fan. His back just touches ropes. Linares pops the jab. Crolla hits him back with one. Tentative start for both guys. Right hand to the body from Crolla. Left jab to the body, left jab to the head. Linares, left jab again. Linares. Right jab, Crolla. Jab to the body, Linares. Left hook to the body. There you go. Crolla. Pretty even round at the moment. Nobody's done anything significant. Crolla, his hands up, bouncing around. Not quite sure why Crolla's bouncing around. He's using the jab. There you go. Jab there from Linares. Ref's in the way. I can't see with the right hand there. Left jab, right hand caught by Crolla. Under a minute to go of the first round. Linares jab, jab. Crolla pokes out a right hand to the body. Nice combination there by Linares to the body of Crolla. Nice 1-2. Digs the left hook to the body there, Linares. Linares just using the jab. There's a range rinder. And then Crolla hits him with a left hook to the body as well. Right hand by Linares there. Interesting round. Ten seconds to go. Now, how are they going to close this first round out? Who's going to try and close the first round out big? That's first round. I would call that an even round because no fighter there actually did anything significant in the round. So that's an even round for me. I can't say that Linares nor Crolla did anything. If it's an even round for me, then I will score it for the. I lean towards the champion because Crolla has to take the belt away from the champion. But it's an even round for me. Nice body shot there inside there showing from Linares there. But then Crolla throws his left hook to the body as well. So, like I said, an even round. So scored the first round even, or 10-10. This is now round 2. Schedule 12 rounder. World lightweight titles on the line. Crolla's just moving his head a little bit and trying to shift himself to get inside. He's still pretty upright now, Crolla. Oh, left hook from Linares is caught by Crolla. Crolla is crouching down and jabbing to the body. Sort of crouching and with his hands tucked up and jabbing to the body. Now, sometimes that's good because when you crouch down to the body, sometimes you can feint going to the body and bring a right hand over the top. Thing is, though, when you jab to the body, you go down like that. Sometimes you leave yourself vulnerable to the right hand yourself. Okay, Nothing much going on this round. Same as much as the first round. Double jab from Linares. Still not quite sure what Crolla's doing by ducking like that down. Bounce around ducking. Linares. So I don't know. You see, the thing is with Crolla, he's bouncing up and down a lot. And that's a lot of energy you expended just bouncing up and down. You're bouncing up and down in an area where, there you go, good shots there from Linares. And the Crolla just bouncing up and down, and a stationary target bouncing up and down, wasting energy. Whereas Linares is flat-footed, more or less, sturdy. Linares putting punches together now. Nice combination from Linares, catching them on the gloves as we expected from Crolla, but Linares is putting punches together. See, what you don't want is to allow Linares to start getting confident and throwing punches. 1-2 from Linares again. Crolla just catching the shots on the gloves. You don't want Linares to get into rhythm. That's what you don't want. But by doing this, he's allowing Linares to get into rhythm. For me, it's a Linares round so far. End of the round. That's a Linares round for me. Just on work rate alone, I'm going to give that to Linares. Crolla, as expected, tucking up tight, catching shots, but not really come back with a lot himself. Again, I don't understand why Crolla is just bouncing around the ring. He's just bouncing back and forth, but she's just wasting energy. You know, I'm not sure why that is. Just constantly bouncing. And even when you're out of range and the fighter can't hit you, you're still bouncing. At that point, I would have thought maybe, you know, Crolla would have stopped the bouncing when he was out of range. But no. Let's see what Gallagher's saying to him in the corner. I can't hear what he's saying because I've muted it, of course. Let's see now. Nice jab there from Crolla. I like the way the Sky is only showing the left jab from Crolla, but they're not showing the combination punching from Linares. Round 3. Scheduled for 12. A good round from Linares, the second. Crolla again, bouncing. Back and forth, bouncing. Goes wide with a shot, left hook, right hand combination. Now and then digs the left hook to the body. That's Crolla. And the referee, Howard Foster's warning Crolla to keep his punches up. Crolla's come out a little bit more adventurous in round 3. Still bouncing up and down. He's bouncing up and down, and Linares still able to hit him. I'm not quite sure why he's bouncing up and down like that. I don't see a left hook, right hand to the body from Crolla. Left hook back from Linares. Okay. Left jab, right hand. That got through. Then a left hook to the body. Shots from Linares are getting through. Left hook caught by Linares from Crolla. Oh, great uppercut there from Linares. Crolla took it. That was a great uppercut, sticking right through the middle of the guard, while Crolla was bouncing around, like I said. Still bouncing around. Not quite sure what he's trying to do there, Crolla. I would understand, like, you know, he's bouncing around, and he's trying to dig a left jab down, and then a good 2 shots there from Linares. Another 2 left hook right into the combination. Good combinations again from Linares. Linares is warming up now, nicely. Linares has moved into another gear in round 3. But here comes Crolla coming back now. Howard Foster, get out of the way. I can't see what's going on. Thank you. Linares nods at Crolla. Must have thrown a body shot. He's still bouncing around. Again, this is a Linares round. The quality of shots have been better. The more eye-catching punches. Crolla tries to throw a left hook. Linares ducks under it. They shoots a nice left hook to the body there. Good shots there from Crolla. The back comes Linares. Left hook. Nice fast combination here from Linares. The more eye-catching, flashy shots are Linares. It just seems to me that Crolla's going to try and walk down Linares and try and work him to the body. That's what it seems to me. Tuck up tight, absorb the shots, and try and take him in the second half of the fight. Typical Joe Gallagher tactics. End around. That's a Linares round again. Great work from Linares. At distance and at close. Up close, he threw the beautiful uppercut inside. And at distance, good hand speed and good combination punching. Crolla is second best every time. I don't quite understand why Crolla's bouncing up and down. Now, Sky just showing Crolla's body shots. Okay. Why don't they show the body shots that Linares has been throwing? Why don't they show the nice combinations Linares has been throwing? Why don't they show the uppercuts Linares has been throwing? It's two guys fighting. Why is Sky just showing what Crolla's doing? Surely it's you know, you're not even giving the champion the credit he deserves. Because champion throws some really good shots here. For my money, Crolla has not won a round yet. Okay, this is round 4. Still waiting for Crolla to do something significant in this fight. You know, I seem to have got himself into a nice little groove now. Double jab, Linares. Oh, some good shots here. Body, left uppercut. Oh, good left hook to the body. Crolla is just absorbing shots. He's just walking forward. And when Linares is landing these shots, Crolla has just taken the shots. He's not moving left or right. He just, when Linares lands his shots, Crolla just stands there, tucks up. Don't put your bouncing around to keep yourself out of the way of getting hit. Crolla, not to stand there and get hit. I think some of the bounces coming out of Crolla now. Linares is throwing combination punches, 1-2s. Oh, a great uppercut there again from Linares. That left hook to the body from Linares. Every time Crolla comes forward, his hands up. Crolla is getting caught when Linares is going onto his back foot. He's getting caught when Linares is coming forward. And he keeps getting hit with the same uppercut over and over and over again. Linares is timing him beautifully tonight. Get 2 good shots there from Crolla. Oh, great hand again from Linares. Double jab. Linares is just throwing way more shots. His work rate's much better than Crolla's. Crolla ducking and trying to work inside on Linares, trying to force the pressure here. Big right hand over the top. Just seems a little slower than Linares. Linares seems to have the faster hand speed here. Nice uppercut from Crolla. Good shot. You're going to have to do more than that, son. Come on. Double jab there from Linares. And again, a jab from Linares. Left jab, right hand. Linares. Crolla hands up still. Same thing. Walking forward. Thing is, look, Crolla's not a puncher. End of the round. Another Linares round. I can't see for the life of me one round yet that Crolla has won. Can't see it personally, but now are they going to show some of the good work Linares put in? Oh, typical, my pen decides to. Oh dear. Just what you don't want, your pen decides to mess up on you. I must have a spare pen somewhere around here. Oh dear. Not good. Ah, so we can find a pencil here. I've got to find a pen or a pencil somewhere. Yes, Delahoy is smiling in the audience there. Yes, Oscar, how are we doing? You just gave us a wink and a smile. Yes, Oscar, wink and a smile back to you too. Round 5. So I've given this 4 rounds to Linares and 1 even. This is round 5. Nice body shot there from Linares. Sinking good shots in here, Linares. Linares backpedaling. At the moment, I bet Linares has had better, harder sparring sessions than what's going on here at the moment, to be fair. Here we go. Crolla's now got Linares, throws a left uppercut or right uppercut. Linares takes it. Nice shot there from Crolla, though. Jab from Crolla. Double jab, Linares. Another good shot from Linares. Left uppercut. Not a lot happening around at the moment. Left hook to the body. Nice left hook for the body from Linares there. Linares just dictating the left jab at the moment. Just using the jab. Apologies for that. Oh, Irish connection. We're back now. Sorry about that. So I don't know how that round went, but let's have a look now at the replay. It looks... Yo, what a right hand there from Linares. Cracking right hand. I'll tell you something. Crolla's going to get himself knocked out tonight. I'm telling you. Look at that. Bang! Look at that right hand. Woo! If Sky has shown that on replay, I'll give Linares that round. So we're back, round 7. Double jab Linares. Can't give Crolla a round at the moment, to be honest. Just bouncing up and down. I don't know what he's bouncing. I don't know what he's bouncing up and down for. Like sort of left hook there from Crolla. I think he's trying to apply pressure on Linares now, which he's been trying to do from round 1. But I think he's hoping that somehow the other Linares is going to tire. Hope he'll tire, and then collapse to one of the left hooks to the body. Otherwise, there's no way he's going to win this fight by points. No chance. Another right hand again. Oh, nice combination there. Crolla's just walking into the right hand. Like I said, no head movement. Tuck up tight. Left hook to the body. I said it in my Twitter stream. And that's exactly what's happening at the moment. I mean, please tell me what Crolla's done different from the first fight to the second fight. I don't see any difference. Oh, what shot! Oh! Crolla with a great shot! Oh, he was hurt. He's badly hurt, Crolla there. Beautiful sort of left uppercut come hook. That was coming. That was coming. Can't just keep bouncing around like that. Oh, Linares on the attack now. Oh, he's going for Crolla now. He's going for him. Crolla's on the ropes. Linares, experienced champion. Don't take his time. He's just taking his time here, Linares. Left hook to the body from Linares. Crolla just tucking up. He's tucking up still. And again, an uppercut. Another uppercut from Linares. Shoe shining now. Left hook, right hand combinations. And Crolla is just tucking up. What a shot from Linares. Just taking his time. Not rushing in. That's experienced champion for you. Picking his shots like a surgeon in there. Crolla right hand on the top. Got to give Crolla heart. And now he's Linares off the ropes. I think he's trying to set Crolla up again. End of the round. What a big round there. 10-8 round. Linares. What a shot. Wow. Look at this. That's the jab. Boom! Right like a left uppercut. Beautiful shot. That's what happens. You timing a guy. Jab. Jab. Let's. Oh, bang! Right up through the middle. Beautiful shot. You make one mistake. Bang! Look at it. And then Linares doesn't rush in. Takes his time throwing combinations. Great work there from Linares. This fight is less competitive than the first fight. And like I said, Crolla's getting hurt more in this fight than he did the first fight. Well, he got knocked down in this one. Tucking up and left up to the body is not enough. You've got to change. You've got to have some sort of different strategy. Joe, what's the strategy now, mate? enough, tuck up and come forward. You've got to do something different. And as Crolla's now kind of try and come forward, and the crowd are cheer him on, he's going to get hurt more. He's not a puncher, right? And he's going to walk on to big uppercuts again. 3 uppercuts there. And Crolla's just standing in front of him. I mean, God, don't you get it? You get hit with an uppercut. You're like, gee, I don't want to get hit with that again. I've got to stop getting hit with uppercuts. Again, Crolla backing Linares up to the ropes. Left hook to the body, left hook to the head again. Oh, nice combination again. This is like the bull and the matador. Apart from the bull, really hasn't got any power. Lovely little body shot sunk in there by Linares. Linares is systematically breaking Crolla down. He's taking his time. Like I said, he's probably had harder sparring session than this. Crolla left hook to the body. Left hook from Linares. Left hook, right hand. Oh, Linares misses with a big right hand as Crolla slips under it. Nice work there from Crolla. Oh, uppercut again. He picks him up with the uppercut. Goodness me, and again. My word. You keep getting it with the uppercut. You've made. Now he's gone trying to southpaw there. No, he's gone back orthodox. Crolla. I don't understand. Crolla's walking in straight lines, getting caught with uppercuts. Why doesn't he try and take the fight from the outside or something? Linares again, uppercut again and another uppercut from Linares. It's like an uppercut fest here. Nice left hook there from Crolla on the inside. Double jab, Linares. Do you know what? I actually think Linares can win this fight whenever he wants to. I really do. Another round for Linares. Just a different class altogether. Different class. I'd love to know what the Sky Boys are saying. I really would love to know what the Sky Boys are saying. This Linares is really class. Said he's a class act, Linares. There's a difference. You look at what they were doing in the changing rooms. That says it all, really. Jesus. Here we go. Round 9. People are predicting a late stoppage for Linares against Crolla. They could be right. Just depends on what Linares decides to do between now and 9 and 12. Is Linares going to try and close the show? If I were Linares, I'd try and close the show so he's not on the end of a robbery. There goes Crolla with some sort of combination to the body, but it's not really effective. Even when he gets close, he doesn't seem to get any real power in it. Again, left hook. Every time Crolla comes forward, he's getting picked off with stinging, hard shots. And he leaves himself vulnerable every time he comes forward as well. It's predictable what Crolla does. It's predictable, his movement. Good right hand straight down the pipe there from Linares. Crolla tucking up again. I think Linares can actually see everything Crolla's doing. There's no urgency behind what Linares is doing. He's not looking to knock Crolla out. I mean, when he had him down, he didn't try to knock him out. Just took his time. That jab was a sickening jab by Linares. Really rocked Crolla's head back. Oh! Crolla throwing some punches there, but No real effect on Linares. Crolla's coming. He's coming closer. He's throwing more punches. I think he's trying to go for broke here, Crolla. Doing that, and by taking chances and coming forward, you leave yourself open. The crowd are cheering. Oh, good shot! What a shot from Linares! That's what happens, you see. When you come forward, and like I said before, and he gets brave, he's going to get hurt. And he got walked onto a big right hand again. And when you voluntarily go back to the ropes like Crolla just did, you know he's hurt. And Linares is just taking his time. Just like I said it in the pre-fight. If Crolla tries to push the fight in the second fight and tries to get desperate, Linares will nail him. He's just making like lots of errors here. Oh, what uppercut! Cracking uppercut! Crolla's getting beaten up in here. Just a different class. Different class. Absolute different class. This is where a world-class trainer comes in and helps you out. Because there's no game plan, no strategy. Crolla's cut by the right eye, it looks. Jeez. It's just different levels of class. Left hook to the body from Crolla. That left hook probably would have probably dropped a lot of British level fighters, but not Linares. Ended the round. Jeez. This fight tonight is a perfect example of how to fight Joe Gallagher fighters, or how to fight fighters that come with their hands, arms tucked in tight and come forward in straight lines. Perfect example. And they can't punch. So Crolla's got a style where he's boxing like a guy who can punch. His best punch is left hook to the body, and he's kept really relying on that, because what else is he doing? Coming forward in straight lines, trying to throw a left hook to the body. What else? What is the game plan? What is the strategy? What are they trying to do? Are they trying to tire Linares out? Well, you've got to land punches. Look at this uppercut. Oh, it's sickening. Really sickening. Oh. I wonder if Crolla can make two. They touch gloves. Round 10. Like I said, Linares has probably had harder sparring sessions preparing for this fight than he's had against Crolla in the ring tonight. And that's just God's honest truth. Jab to the body. I'll tell you something, if Crolla can turn this fight around in the last 2 rounds, somehow, some way. Well, like I said, as he does come forward, he leaves himself open to getting nailed with something nasty. It's something that Jim Watt used to say, and it's perfect for what Crolla's doing tonight. His punches are arm punches. There's nothing in the shots that Crolla's throwing. Look at the shot there. Come on, ref. That wasn't a bad body shot. That was a wicked body shot from Linares. Linares threw a straight right to the body that was just in the midriff. And Crolla kind of pulled up and looked at Howard Foster as to say that was a low shot, but it was a good shot. And Crolla felt it. Just hunting Linares down. You can see all he's done. Everything he's done is like almost robotic. Everything he's done. The left hook to the body. It's all like he's doing on pads. Walk to ropes, left hook to the body. Walk to ropes, left hook to the body. Seems the only shot he seems to be able to throw decent is that left hook to the body. That left hook right hand from Linares. Left hook right hand again from Linares to the body. Crolla backing up to ropes. This is hurting Crolla. I tell you, he's got balls of steel to still keep coming. Uppercut from Crolla. Good shot there. Crolla's trying to make a fight of it still. He keeps getting picked off and hit with nasty punches. The way this is going, you can see someone like Linares throwing a check left hook and knocking Crolla out. A la Mayweather versus Hatton. You can see it happening here. Oh, big right hand there from Linares. Crolla ate that up as well. Nice uppercut there from Crolla. Uppercut again from Linares as Crolla's throwing shots. Straight through the middle. See, it seems I think what Linares' strategy is to throw all the shots through the middle. Look at Linares' vision on what he's throwing the shots. It's all through the middle, through the guard, up through the middle. Less of the hooks. And the shot that actually knocked Crolla down was through the middle. Ended around. Another Linares round. This is a systematic beatdown 1 and 2, a boxing lesson. There's quite a few lessons being learned here tonight. Hit and not get hit. And if a guy hits you with a good shot, make him earn it. And the other one is, my trainer say to me, back him up, beat him up. And that's what Linares is doing. Linares is making Crolla miss and making him pay. Let me hear the scorecards. I can't hear what the scorecards are. I don't know how they're tallying this up. But this is a shutout for Linares. I don't hear anything about this is a close fight for Crolla, because this ain't no damn close fight. Time out. Let's see what's going on here. Tell you something here. Crolla has shown signs of distress. Looking at Howard Foster, I tell you, if Linares can pick up on this, he could close the show. Round 11. Linares just on a different class again. Right hand again. He can't miss Crolla, who has no head movement. Oh, again, right hand. The class of the man. Left hook, right hand. Look how shots inside. Oh! Linares is standing with Crolla, throws a combination and spins out. Now he's bouncing on his toes now, Linares. Crolla's trying to stand in the pocket with Linares. But he's going for broke, and he does that going for broke. He leaves himself open for Linares to hit him straight through the middle again. Got to give Crolla all the credit in the world, though, for trying, still trying. Nice right hand there from Crolla. Okay, he's told to keep his punches up. Big right hand there from Linares. Crolla backs up again and then keeps coming. I still don't understand why he's bouncing up on his toes. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Surely you could be using that energy to set your feet and land better punches. And every time you're bouncing up, you're coming down. You bounce up, you're coming down. Why do it? It's not giving you any advantages. It's not getting you into any sort of rhythm apart from a systematic beating. I don't get it. Stop the bouncing. And if you're going to go out on your shield, stop the bouncing and go. That's what I'd be saying to Crolla. But he's bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. Look. You know he's setting his stall. Look at Crolla's feet. Bounce, bounce, bounce. It's here, there, and everywhere. Set your feet and have a go. Look at Crolla again. Looking to the referee. Right hand again. Uppercut. Great shot. See, he's catching Crolla's shots. Oh, great shots here from Linares again. Crolla's just probably open it. These are sickening shots. Why doesn't Gallagher just pull him out of the fight? If I were Gallagher, pull him out of the fight. Right. What, he's just taking beating. It's just round after round of beating and beating. Is he going to stop the fight? Is he going to stop the fight? Or what? Is he stopping the fight? Has he stopped the fight? I mean, talking here. Are they stopping the fight or what? Is the fight been stopped? What's going on? Has the fight been stopped? Because I can't hear. Has the fight been stopped or what? Was he thinking of stopping the fight? What's Gallagher talking about? I can't tell what's going on. It looked like I thought he was going to stop the fight there and then. Or was he talking about the low blows that Linares is throwing? Somebody will tell me. Let me check and see what people are saying. Oh, dear me. Dreadful coach. I'd see no point whatsoever. Now, the fight's not been stopped. I see no reason whatsoever why Crolla's still boxing. It just, he waited 12 rounds. He took a systematic beating as well. Wonder if Linares to be cheeky enough and try and stop him in the 12th. If I were Linares, I'd look to close the show just to ensure you don't get robbed. Once again, Joe Gallagher coming up short at world level. Body shot. Oh, sickening again. Nice shot over the right hand over the top. If you look at the way Crolla's throwing his shots, he's not throwing the shots like with any sort of venom. He's throwing half-hearted shots. And the thing is, he's throwing half-hearted shots and getting tagged with big shots in the process. There's one guy here who's half-heartedly throwing shots, and the other guy who's countering with big, hard, nasty shots. The difference. Oh, look, he's turning southpaw, then go back orthodox. Linares. The only thing missing now from Linares, wicked double left up to the body. Oh, come on, they want low ref. Come on. Oh, he's making a bit of a meal of that. It was 2 good left hooks to the body. Oh, come on, ref. Class body shots, though. Double left hook to the body. All that's missing from Linares now is an Ali shuffle. Oh, I just feel sorry for Crolla. I really do. He's brave, but it's, as one would say, bravery beyond the call of duty. Double jab Linares. Crolla's still coming forward, still trying. Oh, it's like a Rocky story gone wrong. Oh, Crolla's still coming forward, still trying. He hasn't got the punch power to do it, I don't think. But let's just face the facts. Linares is a class above, a total class above. Just sickening body shot again. Linares bouncing off the ropes as Crolla was coming forward and throwing a sick left hook to the body. Oh, those shots again. Good right hand over the top from Crolla, but it's no power in it. It's like these shots from Crolla, he's not turning the shots over. It's like he's just punching at the target rather than punching through the target. Don't understand it. That is 12 rounds. Crolla embraces him. Yeah, you got beat by the better man tonight, Crolla. Got beat by the better man. That was a shutout. Not a round for Crolla. That's 11 rounds. I'll say 11 rounds to Linares. The first round was even. So let me see how the judges score this fight now. I'd love to hear what crap Sky Sports are talking. I'd probably say Crolla was in there and he probably had a great. Can somebody tell me what Sky Sports are saying? Don't even want to embrace the man. You got beat by the better man. Come on, Crolla. What's Sky saying, people? What's the Sky commentary team saying? If you want to give Crolla a round, just to be nice to him, you give him the first round. But I wouldn't even give him that. Yeah, Eddie, you clap, yeah. You clap. You can't rob him out of this one. Oh, Joe Gallagher was thinking of stopping the fight. Oh, please no, Joe, don't stop the fight. I think Joe Gallagher was trying to stop the fight against he's trying to stop the fight. And Crolla's saying no, don't stop the fight. So Crolla wanted to see the 12 rounds out. Fair play to Crolla. But that's a unanimous point decision, retaining the title. That's what they did. Gave Crolla the first round. Sky gave Crolla 2 rounds. Masterclass. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what you call world class. Sky Sports, if you're listening, that's what you call world class performance from a world class champion. That's what you call a world class performance from a world champion. That, when you look at that, that's what all British fighters need to look at and say, you talk about world class, Adam Smith, that's what world class is. Because you have an idea that a guy that fights at British level and puts on a decent performance is world class. That's world class Adam Smith. That's a world class performance from Linares. I'd like to see Linares go on and fight Terry Flanagan or Mike. I like to see him fight Terry Flanagan, and then the winner of Flanagan Linares goes on and fights Mikey Garcia. I didn't see there was any need for a rematch. Crolla didn't stand a chance. He didn't have a hope in hell, and definitely not with Tesco Joe next to him. So once again, Tesco Joe or Linares exposes Joe for another fight against elite level fighters. Joe Gallagher and his fighters don't cut it. He's British, Commonwealth, European, okay, but not world class. And again, Joe Gallagher, what was the strategy in the fight? Crolla's not a one-punch knockout artist. What were they hoping to do? Tire Linares out? Well, you got to get close to them and fire in body shots in. But did they not think that by coming forward in straight lines and not moving their head, they're not going to get hit with big shots? So we'll see. Right. I think I'll click out of this. And we've got our live show still to do. So, Linares remains champion. Let me fix my screen here. I don't know why it's been doing that. Oh, that's even worse. Okay. There we go. That's even worse still. Okay, so Linares retains the title, which is great stuff. Let's get this down here. This light round here. Okay. So I have a few guests that are meant to be coming tonight on the show. So let's see if we can bring them in. Bear with me a second while I try and get our guests into the room tonight. Just trying to get our guests in the room, guys and girls. Bear with me a second. I don't understand what Tesco Joe's strategy was tonight. I've got no idea whatsoever. I mean, what was Crolla's strategy coming into the fight? I've got no idea whatsoever. What was he trying to do? What were they trying to establish? I'm just trying to send links out to people who may want to be part of the show tonight. And I'll get my other. Trying to get. I'm just. Bear with me a second, people. I'm just trying to get some people in the room tonight. Just sending a link out to a couple of people that I think might want to jump in tonight. Okay. I have set links out to the various people that may want to come on the show tonight. So I'm just setting everything up and then we'll start our post-fight show. Bear with me a second, people, as I do this. There may be nobody in the room, but then there might be a whole lot of people that jump in the room. So just bear with me. I can't see your comments in the chat room yet, but they're coming up now. Here we go. Right, people in the room. Right, let's see who's saying what and what they're saying. Linares versus Garcia now, says YouTube. Fire up the gaming group. Yeah, come with that. The game will come later. We've got the post-fight show to do now, and that's where we're at. So those people tuning, welcome to our post-fight show, and those people who listen to commentary, I hope you enjoy the commentary. Sky apologizing because Linares said Crolla had big balls. We did have big balls. Linares already had 45 fights, a lot of miles on the clock. I'd fight Garcia now. Just mentioned Lomachenko. Just got here. Wish I'd listened to this commentary instead. Adam Scott, tuck up, high guard, walk forward, get punched, repeat. 12 rounds. Gallagher will have another loss when Williams beats Smith. LOL. Right, got to be at work in a few hours, so leaving you to it. Night all. Good night, Catherine. Linares is quality. Bye, Catherine. Linares versus Garcia. Make it now. Well, what I don't understand is, like, Joe Gallagher is one of these trainers that is rated very highly by people in the UK. I don't understand why. I don't get why Joe gets so much credit. I don't understand it. Never have quite understood it. There you go. So I've just got. I mean, I want to give Crolla one round in this, to be honest. So I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what to say, to be honest. Anybody else got any thoughts on this fight? Linares is a quality fighter. Maybe they could get Crolla. It's all going pear-shaped now for Joe. It's been going pear-shaped for Joe for ages. Really has. I said this is the year where people get exposed. I mean, I think Caldwell got that big win for, well, if you want to call it a big win, Hay versus Bellew. He got off lightly there, but that's kind of salvaged his career slightly. But absolutely shocking strategy by Joe Gallagher. I don't understand what was the game plan. I don't understand what the game plan was. Big world title fight, rematch. You talk about strategy and tactics. I mean, even when Crolla was throwing his shots, he was throwing shots, and it just seemed as if Crolla, like he didn't get the strategy. It never changed. Quiggers left a sinking ship. Yeah, Quick smart, but gone to the wrong trainer. Scott Quigg going to Teddy Atlas, not Teddy Atlas, Freddie Roach. Is like, why has he done that? He's gone to Freddie Roach. Quick's problem is not his attack. Quick's problem is the same problem that our friend tonight is for, head movement. And our friend Freddie Roach is not going to teach you about head movement, and Freddie Roach is not going to teach you about defense. Freddie Roach is going to get you knocked out. If you haven't been knocked out in your career yet, Freddie Roach will get you knocked out, because Freddie Roach will put you in fights and then say before the fight, we're going to look for the knockout, and then you go out there, try to get the knockout and get yourself knocked out, i.e. Pacquiao versus Marquez, i.e. Khan versus Garcia. McGuigan had a few losses too. British coaches suffering at the moment. Yeah, but I know you say that about McGuigan. He had the loss with Frampton. Frampton looked, Leo Santa Cruz looked a different class, but he didn't take a beating. He didn't take a beating like how Crolla got a beating. That was different. And David Hayes lost. Well, David Hayes was up on probably everyone's scorecard until he got knocked down and then got put through the ropes and he was injured. So I don't know. That's maybe a bit harsh on McGuigan there. I mean, McGuigan's had some wins as well. What about all the wins McGuigan's camp's had? You know, the two Kiko Martinez fights, the Scott Quigg fight, the first Leo Santa Cruz fight. So, you know, whereas Crolla, he fought, what's this guy? Barroso. He fought Darley Perez, who's probably the worst champion in the history of boxing, and he won the world title off of him. But oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, while I'm in the room and while we're talking, let's talk, because I don't want to talk too much more about this fight. There's not much to talk about the fight. The best British trainer is Robert Kraken by far. Well, you had Carthroch, agreed. He's got Anthony Joshua. He was training Joshua. We'll see. We'll see how good a trainer he is, McCracken is, when Joshua faces Klitschko. We'll see how good he is then. Room is filling up. Gallagher gets C-rated fighters, big fights. Crolla versus Linares, Murray versus Bam Bam Rios. Well, still to come. Callum Smith versus Durrell. Same old crap. Hands tucked up, left hook to body. And the thing for Callum Smith is he's got a tall frame, skinny frame. He's gonna get his body, he's gonna get his ribs revved up. I'm telling you, he's gonna get his ribs ripped to shreds. Boxing with Gallagher, Callum Smith is gonna get seriously hurt under Gallagher. I'm telling you now. My man DJ Slick is in the house. Hey, you know what? Let's give you people in the room a round of applause for being in the room, in the house. Oh, wait, where's my sound effects? What's going on? Where's my sound effects gone? Hey. Where's my sound effects? Hey. Oh, okay. Fair enough then. That's the way you want to be in. I have sound effects. That's okay. Just finished watching the fight. Here are my thoughts. Big respect to Crolla for hanging in there. True warrior and not a quitter. Glad he told Gallagher not to pull him out. but the better man won. McCracken seems like a traditional coach, doesn't want no limelight or interviews. Yeah, I like McCracken. I've always liked McCracken. McCracken's a straight up guy, but McCracken learned the hard way, didn't he? He went to America. He waited for years to fight. He was #1 contender for years, McCracken. I remember watching McCracken fight when I was younger, and he had that grudge match fight against Howard Eastman. It was a good fight until Eastman uncaught the uppercut. I like McCracken. I like McCracken. And he fought Keith Holmes for the world. I think it was Keith Holmes he fought for the world title. Maybe Keith Holmes he fought for the world title. Maybe Keith Holmes he fought for the world title. We've got a manager game after this, Slicks. Yeah, we may have a manager game after this. We've got a post-fight, but we've got a special guest coming in for our post-fight tonight. So stay tuned. The special guest should be in within the next 10 minutes. I'm hoping they're going to be in, and we've got some good news. Crolla won't give up. True warrior, but was out of his depth tonight. All the skills and levels were with Linares. Pointless rematch, but respect to both. Well, I said that in the beginning. I wasn't even... Listen, DJ, Slicks, to be honest with you, I wasn't even going to watch this match tonight because I knew it was going to happen. But the thing was, you asked me to do the commentary. I said, you know what, I'll do the commentary. But what was the point? What was the point? So we'll just hang in here. We'll just wait until our guest comes in the room. And then we'll kick on, I guess. Thank you all so much for being in the room. While you're in here, while you're in the room, let's talk about some other things featured on BWTMONLINE Worldwide Television. Today, we have uploaded our interview with Abel Sanchez. Spoke to Abel Sanchez about the fight with Danny Jacobs, so check it out on the channel. Also check out our breaking news about Alexander Usyk and their camp, what's going on there. What else have we uploaded for you? Check out our interview as well with Taylor Christie, the Australian boxing commentator, former trainer, presenter and model. So she's going to be on our channel again shortly, possibly doing some post-fight shows as well. Lee's Battersby says, pointless rematch shows the sheer arrogance of Hearn and Matchroom Sky. Well, Hearn's got to make money somehow, isn't he? So if you can put this Crolla rematch on and sell out the arena with Crolla in it, or why not? Cardell is going to vacate after he defends against Robbie Barrett. Oh, wow. That's some real great stuff there. Another guy that Crolla, I'll forever be in debt with these fans. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. I think the other thing, Crolla didn't want to get stopped on his feet because it was. Did I see Tyson Fury sparring? No, I didn't see him sparring. I saw the pictures. I didn't see him sparring, no. Morrison took a beating. I didn't see that, but I heard he took a beating. Again, another Joe Gallagher fighter. No head movement. Joe should have pulled Morrison out, but never. He wanted to pull Crolla out, and he was okay. Oh, dear. Well, great line from Crolla at the end. I'll forever be in debt with these fans. Yep. Great. Fantastic. That's probably why he did the 12 rounds, and he didn't want to get stopped on his feet. Fair play. Thank you, by the way, YouTube, for the Abel Sanchez. Crolla's a classy guy. And breaking news, Tuesday. Guess who's back on BWTMONLINE Worldwide Television? We have the trainer of Tyson Fury and Hughie Fury. Peter Fury returns to BWTMONLINE Worldwide Television. So you boxing fans out there who love a BWTMONLINE interview with Peter Fury, he's back. Spoke to Peter yesterday, and he's confirmed that Tuesday night or Tuesday we'll be talking to Peter Fury. So we'll get the latest news on Hughie Fury. We'll get the latest news on Tyson Fury, the very latest news, and we'll find out what's going on with his world title shot with Joseph Parker. I've got a lot of questions to ask Peter about the fight. So, do you think Eddie actually thought Crolla could do it, or was it? Do you think Eddie actually thought Crolla could do it, or was it all for the cameras? All right, come on. You've seen the Eddie Hearn interview I did, and Eddie Hearn said, "Listen, I'm a bullshitter with a smile. Pardon my French. That's what Eddie Hearn said. He pin himself to second-hand car salesman. I think we've got our first guest of the night in the room. Yes, Mr.
How are you doing?
Hartley. How are you, sir?
How are you doing? You all right?
I'm good. How are you, sir? All the way from
Doncaster in the South Yorkshire, where real men live.
That's where real men live. Real fighting men live, right?
How's my pal?
How are you, Russell?
I'm all right. We started that Triple G sparring out for Liam Cameron.
Oh, keep that quiet now. Keep that quiet. Keep that quiet. We don't want too many people listening in. You're already starting trouble with my channel. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I spoke to Abel tonight, so we'll see what happens. I've sent the email over, and it'd be great to get Liam Cameron all the sparring he can get to prepare for his fight against Chudinov.
Good man, good man. What did you think of boxing tonight, then?
I didn't see all of it. I just saw your mate Tesco Joe put on another masterclass performance.
I don't know. You know the fight with Morrison? I had Morrison in my accumulator tonight. I got every fight right and every prediction right, the verdicts, except the Morrison fight. I had Morrison to blow him away early, but I got carried away with hype, and I shouldn't have done, because who was Morrison beat? Marcus Morrison, who's he beat?
I didn't see the fight, but I heard he got a beating.
He never won one round apart from the round that he put the kid down, but he lost that badly, and he caught him. He wanted a flash knockdown, but I was right disappointed, because Sky have invested a lot of money in Morrison. He's got the car, he's got the fancy flat, he's got the sponsors, but where does he go from here?
Good point. Very good point.
Where does he go? I mean, I've heard a little squeak of a rumour that Gallagher's losing the gym. That gym is running. People are not happy. Quick's gone. Other people are leaving. I mean, has he been found out at a certain level? I mean, when Gallagher either sends his guys into slaughter, like Beefy Smith against Canelo, Paul Smith against Ward, Paul Smith against Abraham. He either cashes them in for them fights where he's getting, a good old whack out at job, or he puts them in with nobodies until he can get them to that stage. They're not learning anything with him. What are they learning? You know what I mean? Crolla's been carefully matched, hasn't he?
Yes.
Take Crolla out of the equation. What is Joe Gallagher's greatest win?
The British title. The British title.
But with Scotty Cardle against Masha Dodd, I thought he got beat.
No, the Smith brothers. No, wait, hold on. At British level, Joe Gallagher's world class.
Listen, mate, Joe Gallagher is not a world-class trainer. He should have pulled Morrison out after the third round.
No. Remember what I said, Russell? I said Joe Gallagher is world class with at British level.
Yeah. Joe Gallagher reminds me of Danny Dyer. He tells everybody he's best actor in the world and he's in loads of B movies, and eventually he sort of grows on you. And then you see Danny Dyer in like one film, The Business, that's all right. All the other 40 B films he's done are crap. But we know him as an Hollywood actor now, don't we? Well, Joe, he's forced himself on us for the last 10 years, telling us he's a great trainer, and he keeps going around blowing his own trumpet. And eventually, the Ring magazine people give in and give him an award, but for what? For fucking what? It's the biggest con ever. Condors. He's been found out. He's not doing the business.
Okay.
Crolla, he should have pulled Crolla out, and he tried to pull him out at end of 11th.
That's what I was saying in the commentary. I said the same thing too.
Why didn't you throw towel in after the 7th round? Well, when did Crolla get dropped? What round were it?
Must be 8 or 9, I think.
Should have been stopped after that because they were way behind. Crolla's only got a 30% KO ratio. He's not going to stop Linares. He didn't save him for another day. He should have took the money and got out. He's going to get... Listen, Joe Gallagher is the biggest fucking fraud in boxing. He's a fucking millionaire from that gym, from going into the head. He gets his fucking trainer's fee and manager's fees. He's a fucking fraud, mate. He sends me fucking crazy. The man's a fraud.
Okay.
Fucking Crolla should have been out, and Morrison should have been pulled out and saved for another day. And that Arnfield fight with fucking Brian Rose, fucking Frotcher's supposed to be my pal. Him and Adam Smith, they're papering over at cracks. They should have been saying, this fight is pony. But what did they do? Well, it's a chess match. It's a chess match. Tony Bellew, I ain't got no time for him, but he fucking said it straight at end. He just turned around and said, listen, that's a sparring match from two guys who didn't want to fight. Fucking embarrassment of a show. That harsh.
That's a bit harsh. Right. Now, there's a few people in here who've got a few words with you, to have a few words to say to you. First of all, Russell Hartley. This guy said Brooke Spence wouldn't get made at Bramall Lane. Following day, the fight got announced. Take the L.
Yeah, I'll take the L.
Okay.
They're not fought yet, though, have they?
What's that?
They're not fought yet. Devin Alexander against Brooke were fucking cancelled 3 times. So don't you... I'm not taking no L yet. You were there at Bramall Lane when that fucking who is it who works there said nobody had been in touch with them. So
what?
I'm trying to go on what I've been told.
What?
You were there at Bramall Lane when I went upstairs with AJ and I got talking to that bird who works and I said, oh, Brooke Spence going to fight here. Then she said, Eddie Hearn's not been in touch with us. So I can only go on what we've been told, can't we?
Okay, that's true. That's fairly true. I'm not giving you the stick here now.
Oh, you'll be crying off here. You were there, mate.
Of course I was there, but I'm only responding to what people are saying. Okay, next thing
Listen,
here.
I hope the new fights, it's a good fight, but the fight's not happened yet. And how many times has Kell Brooks swerved it? He swerved Randall Bailey, Mike Jones, Devil Alexander 3 times. Khan fight didn't happen. He was offered that fight. He would say he would offer 3 million quid.
Okay,
Now he's going to get 1.5 million quid now.
Hayward Sports TV. If you're going to criticize me, I said if Tesco Joe's that bad, you should start training yourself. I actually have trained, not in boxing, but in another sport I've done, and I've produced players up to international level, county and international level. So in another sport, so I have done some bit of coaching. I'm not British champions, but I'll tell you something. I'll give it a damn good go. So I'm one of these guys. What's that?
You've got to be better than Tesco.
Oh damn! I'll be better than Tesco. Do you think people like Abel Sanchez and Peter Fury and James Ellie Bashir would allow me to be a failure? I couldn't be a failure though with those guys, could I? I couldn't be a failure. But if I was ever to do that as a trainer, I would go on under tutelage under one of those guys.
Yeah.
That's the best way to go about it. Now, let's see what here. That's what people are saying. Russell is the king of matchmaking in the Yorkshire region.
Well, I'll try my best.
Hayward Sports TV. Russell is a fraud.
Cheers, mate.
Oh dear. He made like 2 fights. He made like 2 fights years ago. Says Hayward Sports TV. Do you know who Hayward Sports TV is by any chance?
I've never heard of him, mate. You know when you get to be like Zedley, when you get to be a Zedley like me, you know when you like you come out of, when you get out your bed sit and you actually get your mum lets you go out of the house and you get to be a Z-list, you get critics, don't you? I have to fucking swat them like flies, don't I? He'd love to be a fiver behind me, wouldn't he?
I know. Hayward Sports TV says, do it then. Hayward Sports, you don't know who I am. I don't know you, and you don't know me. So let's leave it as that.
I don't know him. So we don't know him.
Let's leave it to it. Keyboard warrior. Let's move on.
Yeah, keyboard warrior.
Okay, Russell, top man, he keeps it real. Okay, Russell, you got any news for me?
Yeah, what about that one right here? I can't tell you. I'll tell you about that another time, not on here.
Okay, obviously. Let's give us some news. What's been going on anyway? Oh, first of all, Sam Sheedy's got his fight April 28th.
Yeah, April 28th at Bramall Lane. Yeah, Bramall Lane against Rashid for Commonwealth title. Liam Cameron fights Chudinoff, who's the world WBA super middleweight champion. He fights him in a 10-rounder for no belt.
Why?
Why? Because Chudinoff and Groves has fell through, and Chudinoff wants a warm-up. So we've slipped Liam in for it, haven't we?
Okay.
And if Liam beats him, obviously we're going to make enough noise with WBA to get him a rematch with Chudinoff again in Moscow, or he'll fight Groves for the lesser belt, is it? Or they'll work something out. But if Liam beats me, he'll have to beat him again, obviously. We'll have to beat him twice. For it to be for belt, because there's no belt online, is there? 22nd of April.
He'll have to get the knockout, though, won't he?
Yeah, he'll have to knock him out in Moscow. Then he'll have to go knock him out again to be world champion, won't he? But if he'd have been fighting him now for belt, he'd have had to rematch him anyway, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Now, he's not getting mega money, but he's got in there for it. He's got his chance, hasn't he? Because he doesn't really deserve to be in with Chudinoff, does he, really? He's our guy, but he doesn't deserve to be in the same ring as him, but he's got his chance.
Yeah, you got to take it, and you take it with both hands.
Got to take it with both. It's daring to be great, isn't it?
I don't want to hear that statement again. I really don't.
Oh.
All right, Russell, if you don't mind, can you bring your camera down? You're kind of like we've only just got the top of your head.
Sorry, mate. Is that all right?
That's better. Right. Let's talk about some other things. Brook v Spence. Dominic Ingle talking about knocking Kel knocking his stuffing out of Gennady Golovkin.
Blueprints.
But knocking the stuff. Yeah, but he talked about
the blueprint, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he's talking about knocking the stuffing out of Gennady Golovkin.
Well, I didn't see any stuffing get knocked out of him, did you?
No, I didn't either, but I don't know. That's what they said. That's what they believe.
Dominic Ingle, we're going on about who has Dominic Ingle trained to a British title from scratch? Who? Kid Galahad? Kid Galahad, innit?
I don't know. You'd know that.
I don't know who has he took out. Who has Dominic had from the beginning of the career, and they've gone to a world title? Not Kell Brook, because he was with Caldwell, wasn't he? Then he left Caldwell, went to Dominic. Not Junior Witter. Kid Galahad, I think, is the only guy really.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he had him from the beginning. I think he did. So Dominic Ingle going on about Triple G, right? This is how I look at it. Dominic Ingle put a welterweight in with not only the middleweight fighter, but the middleweight undisputed 22 knockouts on the trot guy. That's who he put him in with. And he got his orbital bone smashed in his face in round 5, and he threw a towel in. But he had the towel in his hand from end of round 1. Was that a smash and grab, robbing the fans? Well, were the fans, did he take the piss out of the fans, taking the millions of pounds they took, telling us Kell Brook were a beast? Because now all we're hearing is Kell Brook's a welterweight, but other month we were hearing Kell Brook were a fucking cruiserweight. So they're making it up as they fucking go along. He should be embarrassed. Kell Brook did not lay the blueprint to beat Triple G. He lost every round at set 1. So I don't know where he's got that from. He's talking out his fucking bald head. Oh.
You're not going to go down very well in Sheffield, are you, mate?
Wow, I go to Sheffield every weekend. Nobody says out to me. I was up at the gym yesterday. Nobody said anything. So what are they going to do? Who's going to fucking fight me?
Dominic Ingle.
What's he going to do? Knock me out? Well, yeah. It's not the first time I've been knocked out, is it? Who's going to knock me out? What's the worst thing that could happen? You've got to have an opinion. What we're all going to do? Fucking dance around everything and not have a fucking opinion. You've got to have an opinion in boxing. Otherwise, you just get dropped by the wayside. Say what you feel. Be your own man. Don't be fake. If you've got something to say it. No. In my opinion.
In my opinion.
I'm filming about my accumulator tonight. I would have had 1,200 quid.
So, okay. I mean, what I don't understand, going back to Joe Gallagher for a second, what I kind of find bizarre is that, okay, you had the situation with Quigg versus Frampton. So, okay, you messed that one up. All right. Then you fought Crolla, the Crolla fought Linares the first time, and that was a closer fight. You fight him again, you come up with the same stupid strategy, tuck up, left hook to the body. I mean, what would it happen to do? I don't understand it. I don't get it. Maybe you can bring some light as to what the strategy was.
Listen, the strategy for basically fucking survival for Crolla, looking at him, that's how it looked to me. He just wanted to get to the 12th round. He didn't have no game.
His sound's gone.
Can you hear me now?
No.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Right. Crolla, 3 years ago, Crolla's fighting. Who's the kid who got hurt on the Manchester way? Kieran Farrell.
Yes.
He's fighting Kieran Farrell, the journeyman, won it 3 years ago. Was it?
Yep. And Gavin Rees.
Hey, Gavin Rees.
Gavin Rees.
I thought he lost against Gavin Rees. And now he's fighting Linares, who's 42-3, pound for pound. He's at top at 3, innit? And he just looked at his depth in both fights, didn't he? That's what I thought, anyway. He just looked at his depth.
Okay, I've got some people commenting in the room. Somebody's saying here that YouTube says, Crolla's not garbage. Linares is world class.
Ain't nobody saying Crolla's garbage, are we? We're not saying that, are we? He's just out of his depth, wasn't he?
Of course.
Just out of his depth. I felt sorry for him, really. But
your sound.
Is that better?
Yeah. From early losses at English level to world level, great job by him and his team. His skills have definitely improved.
Who was that?
Crolla.
Yeah, he has improved, yeah, but not that much.
Yeah, but it depends. I thought personally, you say Hayward Sports TV says his skills have improved. The last fight was more. He fought much more impressively the first fight than he did the second fight.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, this time it was like he just turned up for a payday, wasn't it?
I don't know what it was.
I mean, they could have pulled him out with it. He didn't want that on his record, did he?
No, he didn't. To be fair.
Well, Gallagher should have just done that for him and thrown towel in, shouldn't he?
But the other thing I couldn't understand is when he was boxing. Do you notice when he's throwing his hooks? Anytime he's throwing his hooks, they all look like he weren't following through the shots. You know, like when you're sparring, but you don't really follow through the shots. You kind of half-heartedly throw the shots.
Look, we're talking about a guy here that got fucking splattered by Derry Matthews, aren't we? You know, 3 years ago, Derry Matthews took him out, then he knocked him out.
Yeah.
So let's get right. And who has Crolla beat?
Barroso. Barroso.
Who's Barroso's best win?
I don't know. Dali Perez.
Who the fuck's he? He's never had a world title, has he?
He won the world. He had the WBA title, didn't he? That's what
Crolla won. Interim money.
What's that?
He was upgraded from interim.
Yeah.
He was upgraded. He never won the belt in the ring, did he?
I don't know.
Listen, mate. Right. Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Go on to box, right, and it'll show you Dali Perez was upgraded from interim champion to world champion like Quigg.
Yep.
That's how he ended up.
YouTube says that Liam Smith must be Sunday League then.
Liam Smith slipped into fucking Spain 2 weeks ago and fought a guy ranked 651 on BoxRec. Did you know that?
I heard.
Yeah, they snuck in like SAS, him and Joe. did no interviews. British Boxing Board of Control didn't even know fuck all about it. They snuck in like commandos and snuck out. They've since had a phone call off Andy McNabb wants to know if they want to go on an SAS mission.
That's what Crolla should have done tonight. Snuck in and snuck out and took the belts while he was at it.
Yeah.
Oh dear, that's funny.
He's out his depth at fucking world title level. That's the bottom line. His best winners in a world title fight is Jimmy Kelly. You know him with jam jar bottoms on, Jimmy Kelly?
Oh, God.
Wow. Have you seen him, Jimmy Kelly?
Yeah, I remember him. I remember him well.
What is how Jimmy Kelly passed his British Boxing Board of Control medical with them bins. How did he get by with them bins? Fucking hell. I mean, I know he took boxing up because he got bullied at school because of his glasses, but fucking hell. They're shockers, them, aren't they?
Terrible.
Bunches cooking, he says, I know I won't. I'm blind. Without my glasses.
You're terrible. You're terrible. Terrible.
You've got to be funny, haven't you?
Yeah, you got Oh! Did you hear the news that Liam Smith versus Liam Williams is going to be for the interim WBO title?
Yeah, I also heard they're going to upgrade him in May to world title, whoever wins it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's a world boxing organisation. Hey, I tell you what, Liam Williams is a good fighter, you know.
Is he better than Liam Smith, you think?
Yeah, I think he's better than Liam Smith. Well, who's Liam Smith beat? Who's his best win?
The guy he won to defend his world title against, isn't it?
Who's that? Jimmy Kelly?
No, before Jimmy Kelly. The black guy he fought. Wasn't that the best fight he had? I don't know. The guy who won the world title off. No name, I don't know. Got no idea who Liam Smith.
I never know who it were, man. Well, all I know is that I don't know anybody that was any good who Liam Smith's beat. And I know that Liam Williams, apparently, is a really, really tough kid. And I like his style. I watched him fight when I went to Sheedy Lang. He fought Patterson. He fought Patterson. I went to a Sheedy fight.
Yeah.
Me and Dennis was sat there. In fact,
your sound's going in and out, my friend.
Sorry. I saw Liam Williams fight Patterson at Cardiff. And I thought he did well. I thought he looked good. But if you want to talk about world level, Liam Williams hasn't beat anybody, but he don't profess to have beat anybody, does he? He's a quiet kid. Liam Williams, the way he's talking, his claim to fame is he got bashed up off Canelo, which is Kell Brook's claim to fame, innit? He got bashed up off Triple G. So they're both fucking not world title, are they?
Okay.
Liam Smith is not a world, can't say he's world level. Liam Williams can't say until they've done something, but I favour Liam Williams. But and I've got a soft spot for him because I don't think he shouts his mouth off as much as Beefy. And I think he's in a tough fight.
Let me give you something here. So we say now, you're talking about Jim Kelly there. That's a former world title challenger you're on about. Have some respect, Ross.
Who says that?
Modern Broadcast.
Jimmy Kelly were ranked 77 on BoxRec. What's he doing fighting for a world title? Tell me that.
YouTube says Jimmy Kelly dared to be great.
Dared to be great. What, 77 on BoxRec? It's a world title. Liam Cameron, fair enough, he's fighting Chudinov, but there's no world title on the line, is there? It's just a 10-round warm-up.
Okay. This
was actually a world title. Come on, get a grip. Look at the facts. The guy wears glasses like jam jar fucking bottoms, and he's fighting for a world title. The same world title that Dimitri, is it what's that guy called? Demetrius Andrade, is that his name?
Yep.
Andrade had. It's disrespecting the world title, defending against him for 20 grand. It's embarrassing.
I've had a nice, lovely conversation going on in the room, and they're speaking in Spanish, I think. I ain't got a clue what they're saying, but it'd be nice if they could speak in English. But by the way, while you're watching this broadcast, let us know where you are in the world. It'd be great to know where you are in the world and where you listen to this. And if you are from Spain or from Italy or from Brazil, it'd be nice to know as well. Okay, when was Joe Gallagher's last win?
I can't remember, mate. It's been that long. He's not a winner, is he? He's a loser. You don't know when his last win was because he'll do an interview.
He'll do an interview.
When Morrison lost tonight, they said, "Where's Joe?"
Backstage.
Great driver for him. And Joe, he said, "Joe, come back. You've got to come back for the Crolla fight." Because Joe did a runner. They fetched him back. Crolla lost. And he still didn't do an interview. Maybe Cougar off him.
Yeah, maybe afterwards. Maybe they're melting afterwards. It was nice to see David Colwell in good spirits.
Yeah, he looked well. You'd be in good spirits if you won lottery, wouldn't you? If you had another pay-per-view fight like you were getting 25% or something of 5 million quid, you'd be laughing, wouldn't you? Jesus.
That's funny.
Man's getting on Dave Caldwell. Well done, beating David A. But the man had one leg. This is how I look at it, right?
Yeah.
Dave Caldwell has not trained a guy to a British title from debut, a European title from debut, or a world title from debut. All he has done is nick eggs out of the nests. He's never had a champion from debut. If he has, point him out to me, because I don't know.
Fee asked Russell, I know some tasty birds in Thorn. Can you hook me up, big man?
Yeah, it's full of one-parent birds down there. You'll be all right.
He goes, Anonymous 1337 says, anyone seen Bellew on Sky Sports analysing? Looked like he wanted to murder someone.
Yeah, he looked like Peter Sutcliffe, didn't he, in that suit?
Oh, dear me. So King Dale says the reason why Crolla couldn't win the fight is because he eats fish and chips. That's why he can't overpower Linares.
Yeah, they don't have fish and chips in Manchester. It's pasty barms, isn't it? Barm cake with a pasty on it.
Okay, we have another man in the room here. Brother JR, are you there?
What's going on?
Good to see you, brother JR. Russell Hartley, brother JR.
How you doing,
What's
mate?
going on? How you doing?
Man.
Russell, you brother JR, your connection is crackling up slightly.
Okay, let me reload and see if I can get back in. Give me
okay,
second.
Great stuff. See you in a moment. It's always nice to get an American's perspective of things.
Yeah.
So, let's talk. Tyson Fury back in training again.
Says who?
Well, I saw some videos of him sparring, or some pictures of him sparring today or yesterday.
Oh, that's good, then, isn't it? That's good. Because I heard he was about 26 clam.
350 pounds, I understand.
So I said 360 option scene. He'll knock it off though. He's done it for years, hasn't he? He always takes it off.
Yeah. It's that license that's the problem, though, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got that hearing, hasn't he, in about 5 weeks. Yeah, I hope he's going to be all right. And they can smash.
That's the thing. That's the thing for me. Because if he's done all that, gets all the training, gets himself into shape, and then they put a 2-year ban on him, that's going to be just heartbreaking, don't you think?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, not good, is it?
But could Tyson basically box outside of the box without a British license?
Yeah, he could get a Luxembourg one, couldn't he?
Because I heard the Irish weren't interested. The Irish didn't want nothing to do with Tyson.
Yeah, but he could get Luxembourg one, couldn't he? Because he's in EU, aren't we?
Okay, I think he says he's in. No, he's not. He's probably coming back, brother JR. Yeah, but EU. But does that still? You think that still applies?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, well, look what they did with Chisora and David A. They got one, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah, like they fought it with a Luxembourg license, didn't they? At West Ham, they fought at West Ham, didn't they? Hey, and Chisora. Luxembourg license.
Do you think the Furies could go down that route then? If the British boxers,
They don't get a fair shake, do they, Furies?
No, but that's what I'm saying. What?
So yeah, Peter's got his license to go to New Zealand now, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's great news. Michael's back in the room. Brother JR, how you doing?
Am I better now?
You're fantastic.
All right.
Is he your brother? Ingram, is he your brother?
No, he's not my brother. No, I just call him Brother JR. That's his name. So, Brother JR, for people who don't know who you are, please give people an overview of who you are very quickly.
Michael W. Creator, host of Pound for Pound Boxing Report YouTube show. You can see live every Thursday evening, 9 p.m. Podcast is usually put up on Friday. So yeah, there it is. Talk all things boxing.
Okay, let's hear the American perspective or your perspective of Crolla and Linares.
First fight when they fought the first time September last year, Crolla to me just showed that he was a class above and a superior fighter, and this rematch was just an extension of that. Kudos to Crolla, excuse me, for showing bravery after being knocked down in round 7. But again, Jorge Linares, wouldn't have mattered what Crolla would have done or tried to do. Linares was always showed himself to be the better fighter in all facets of the game.
Okay, excellent stuff. Talk of Linares now possibly going to fight Michael Garcia.
I hope it happens. Juicy matchup. The only thing I see Garcia having on Linares is power. But other than that, but from a technical standpoint, from a skill standpoint, they're 50-50. They're right there. The main question will be when Linares gets taste the power of a Mikey Garcia, how will he deal with it? But if he can withstand the power, if he can avoid the power shots, he certainly has this skill set to be right there with Mikey Garcia, even maybe outbox Mikey Garcia. Again, let's hope it happens. It is the fight right now at 135 pounds.
Thing is, with Mikey Garcia, yes, he's got the big punches and he's a big puncher, but Mikey Garcia himself is vulnerable. He's another one that doesn't move his head and is vulnerable to a right hand. He's open to right hands. And Linares is very good on the counters. You saw against Crolla.
Oh, indeed. But for me, Garcia, from a technical standpoint, is a little bit higher caliber than Crolla, just in my opinion.
And can punch.
So, right. So that's why I say 50-50 from a technical standpoint. And the only difference being is the power. And that's what makes it such a terrific matchup on paper.
Absolutely. That's a great fight. Where do you think Terry Flanagan fits in all this?
Not near those two fighters for sure, in my opinion. The problem is that Flanagan, when you look at his resume, he hasn't fought anyone near the level of a Linares. So, and from from what he brings into the ring, I don't see how he could compare with either Linares or Garcia. So while he's in the picture, he has a belt. He's a clear level below the elite right now at 135.
So what about Crolla versus Flanagan?
Good fight. I just think it all depends on how Crolla responds from this loss. I just think the higher level of competition, the experience of going through that against the Linares, that may prove to be the difference here. But it's a good fight. It's an entertaining
Okay.
fight. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
I'm gonna I'm gonna bring
135.
I'm
I
gonna
was going
bring
to say.
guys. Go on. Sorry.
I was going to say, moving forward for Flanagan. I mean, look, there's fights for him available at that weight. You mentioned Flanagan. There's
Yes.
Davis. There's Luke Campbell. So on a
Yes.
domestic level in the UK, there's a definite future for him. I just think that um, he's just he just went up against a superior fighter, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That just happens in boxing.
Mm. I was going to throw a name in. A guy I've been watching and I've liked since day one, and I like how he's developing, is Luke Campbell. What are your thoughts on Luke Campbell?
He lost in a fight that I didn't anticipate him losing. He was a
Right.
surprise. Um, he's on the comeback trail. He has the skills, the look of being a very, very good fighter. I want to see him step up in competition.
Right.
You know, then I can get a better gauge on him. And I mentioned lightweights. So let's not forget um, Trouble Easter as well here in the United States, who should have a pretty tough defense against Shafakov coming soon, probably sometime in the summer. So when
Yeah.
we talk about 135, let's not leave Robert Trouble Easter out the equation.
Absolutely. And my boy there, Richard Comey.
He's there. The problem is with Comey, he may be too dangerous for his own good. He's high risk, low reward.
Yes.
Which of these guys are going to give him a fight outside of a mandatory position? That's the problem.
Very good. Russell, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, mate.
Great. Russell, your thoughts on Luke Campbell?
I think him against Crolla's a good fight. I think Crolla's have it ill now.
Right.
He's
Go ahead.
well, the two fighters at different stages of their careers, aren't they? One's nearly at the top of the mountain, other one's coming down mountain, and that'd be the difference on the night, I think, between Crolla and Luke Campbell.
So I think those two. I think Crolla and Luke Campbell should fight soon. Oh, then whoever wins between those two, or maybe Luke Campbell should go and fight Flanagan. That'd be a good fight as well.
But Crolla's been offered the Terry Flanagan fight. He was offered £500,000 by Frank Warren, and Eddie Hearn and Gallagher knocked it back. But they'll be regretting that now.
Yeah, they probably will be. Okay, let's move off this subject. Let's talk about some other subject.
One more question.
Yeah,
one
go
more
ahead.
question, Ingram. You mentioned Flanagan and Crolla and Luke Campbell.
Yes.
I mentioned O'Hara Davis. Where does he fit in the mix?
He's a light welterweight.
Yeah, I think he's a light welterweight one. I think for me,
I thought he could still make 135. I'm sorry.
Okay. My opinion of O'Hara Davis, technically, he is very vulnerable, very open. He does carry a lot of power, but we have to see how he does against when he moves up the levels. I was uncomfortable watching him fight, although he did a really good job against Derry Matthews. I'm very uncomfortable the way he goes about setting up his attacks, because he leaves himself open, and a good counter punch is gonna mess him up. So I want to see him get some more fights at British level first, O'Hara Davis.
Okay.
I'm going to move on. I'm going to talk about Klitschko Joshua. Only because I spoke to Abel Sanchez today or yesterday, and Abel Sanchez said, without a shadow of a doubt, that Klitschko's going to knock out Joshua. Let's hear from you first, brother Jay. What do you think?
I saw that on your channel.
Yep.
Call me crazy, but I think Joshua has a much better shot than Abel Sanchez does. The key is, as I've said this before, that how will Klitschko respond at this age, at this long of a layoff? Coming off of a fight in which he really did not look good. And how will he fare at this stage, coming off a long layoff against someone so young? Well, young, strong, physical prime, with power to really hurt him. I just don't know. I have to have that question answered. So for me, call me crazy, but putting those factors in, I'm going to go with Joshua. I'm going on a leap here. I know a lot of folks think that Klitschko may be too inexperienced, but I think Joshua can get to him somehow with power. So it all depends on how Klitschko responds with such a long layoff at this stage, and it also depends on the ref. Will the ref allow Klitschko to lean, to use his weight, to hold on Joshua, and how Joshua will deal with that? If he does, I think he has a legitimate shot to beat Klitschko.
Okay. Russell?
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
My thoughts on Vladimir against Klitschko. Klitschko against Joshua.
Yes.
I think that you've got Klitsch over the hill and going down it, age 41, 18 months out the ring. And then you've got Joshua, 27, coming up the hill. He's at the top in it, but he's not beat anybody. He's untested in it. 18 wins, 18 knockouts, but he's not beat a top 15 guy in box rec. His best wins, Molina, ranked 16. You can't count any of them other guys that were as elite guys, although Dillian White is British level now going into Euro level, but when he fought Joshua, he wasn't that level, was he? He'd just come off a 2-year layoff. He'll get there in end, but he's not ready. He's not ready yet. So I can't really see a top guy on Joshua's record except Dillian White. But like I said, he wasn't the fighter then that he is now, was he? But Vladimir's got loads of guys in his record. But he's 18 months out ring. He's in his 40s. Is it a category?
I'm going to throw this into the mix. 3 things. First thing, people say that the rest is a bad thing. I think rest is a good thing. Because Vladimir's been fighting year in, year out, consistent fighter, consistently fighting. Sometimes the rest is a good thing, not always a bad thing. It gives you time to reflect and put things back together. You know, that's the first thing. Second thing is, the guy that beat Vladimir Klitschko is Tyson Fury. You're looking at a totally different fighter. His dimensions are totally different to Joshua's. You've got a guy in Tyson Fury who can fight orthodox, southpaw, has got great upper body movement, very good footwork for such a big man, can move around the ring. Vladimir, up to the point when he fought Tyson, hadn't fought a guy with those sort of dimensions, and Vladimir had difficulty against someone like Tyson who wasn't there to be hit. Someone like Joshua is very different. We haven't seen Joshua fight off the back foot yet. We haven't seen Joshua fight against somebody who actually has a jab better than him, who has better footwork than him, who's probably puts punches together better than him. We haven't seen Joshua in with anybody like that. So I know the rest and time he's had out might be adverse to Klitschko, but it might also be a good thing. And let me throw this in there to the mix as well. The negotiating table. We do know that when Bert Bonte came to the table with the Furies, they were very smart. They checked the gloves out. They checked the ring out. Will Joshua's team be as what's the word? Will they be as assertive? Will they allow Klitschko to get away with the typical negotiating tactics that he's done in the past? From what I've heard and from what I've been told, gloves have already been agreed, ring size has already been agreed. All these things have already been agreed. Have they been agreed with Joshua being at the table or not? So these things I consider as very important as well. Michael, your thoughts?
Given the investment in Joshua, I think so. It would be foolish of them not to, coming into this kind of bout, the biggest of his career. So
okay.
I would argue, I would like to think that Team Joshua are on their P's and Q's as far as that, the negotiations.
Let me spin this back at you. 90,000. 90,000. They're going to try and get as much money as they can out of this fight. Plus, if you let Russell start up about StubHub as well, they're making a lot of money. I think they're more than getting their money back that they've invested in Joshua in this fight. Russell, can you jump in there, please?
Yeah, go on. What you want me to mention?
The investment. Michael's talking about the investment in Joshua. They can make that all back in this one fight against Klitschko, could they not?
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they could get everything back, can't they? He's obviously got a dodgy chin. the guy Danny Dubois dropped him, didn't he, at Sheffield? So did Lawrence Okoli, David Price. He's been dropped 5 times in amateurs. He's obviously got a weak chin, Joshua, hasn't he? They didn't expect a world champion after 18 fights. So what they've done, I think they're cashing him in against Vladimir. If he loses, they can always say, well, we've got millions of pounds and it were against Vladimir. If he wins, they can say it's best thing since sliced bread, can't they?
That's it.
And they're getting a lot of money. So...
Yeah, I'm not sure Michael's aware of what sort of money they're really getting, because I don't think he understands the whole. Do you know anything about the StubHub situation, Michael?
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about it, but not totally.
Okay, can you break it down to him, please, Russell? Because you know you'd love to.
Basically, what happens is StubHub is it's a company. It's a secondary ticket market company. And Matchroom have a deal with them. They have had since Frochfort Groves. Now, 90,000 tickets. You've probably heard the rumour that it's sold out in a matter of minutes, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not exactly true. 53,000 tickets went to StubHub. 15,000 go to the Football Association, so that's 68 altogether. You get 9,000 go to Matchroom Fight Pass, which you pay £30 a year to join. So 9,000 people paying £30 to join this company called Matchroom, and they give you tickets through Fight Pass. So they're getting 9,000 people buying these tickets. They get the choice whichever the ticket they want. The fighters get 10,000 tickets, so that's 78 and 9. There's only like 9,000 tickets going to fans from the stadium. The rest of the tickets are all spoke for. Now, StubHub, 53,000 tickets. You could have an £80 ticket selling for £960. How can that be fair? Now, you work that out. 50,000 tickets with £880 profit. You're looking at £40–50 million. Where does all that money go to? Who has it? Now, StubHub was an American company that was sold in 2007 to eBay. Now, nobody's allowed to look at their financials because it's a Swedish company, it's a Switzerland company, eBay, but it was a company started in America by a couple of Harvard graduates. StubHub is a con. If you're a fan and you want a ticket, you go to the Wembley Stadium and you pay £80. But now, if you want a ticket, you've got to go to StubHub and pay nearly £1,000. How can that be right? It's wrong. But Eddie Hearn and Joshua are copying sponsorship money off StubHub, but yet they're walking around saying, "Stay humble, stay hungry, be humble, be nice to people. We love the fans." But yet they're charging the fans thousands. Did you know a ringside ticket is £2,000? At StubHub, it's £10,000. How can that be fair? There's millions between. It could end up 60–70 million. If it's just a normal basic ticket that they're charging £960 for, you're looking at an additional £40–50 million. But what about all the expensive tickets that are going for thousands? It's the biggest con ever. You've got politicians asking questions in the House of Commons about this, and everybody's burying their head in the sand. But where's all the money going to? It's going somewhere.
I get you.
They did it with the Beyonce concert. £2,000 for an £100 ticket, and they were 60,000 tickets went out of the sellout. They only sold 30,000 to fans. It's a con.
So it's that sidebar that you have issue with vis-a-vis StubHub and how they're making all this money on the side, and the fans are ultimately getting hurt from it.
I've got an email here. I've got an email here of a politician. I'm not going to say which one it is. I'm just going to give you the figures. Let me just look for this email now, and I'll tell you the exact figures. It's our working boxing, so I do know a little bit about this. Let's get this email up here that I've got from my local MP. I'm not going to say who it is. Right. Right, 53,000 tickets at £80. That's the cheap tickets. Comes to £4,240,000. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Now you work that out. 53,000 tickets. So Eddie Hearn's getting 4 million at the gate from the 53,000 tickets. Because the rest of the tickets he has to give away to the Football Association, which will run Wembley, and the fighters, and then obviously he'll sell the tickets to Fight Pass, his own members who are joining the Eddie. Fight Pass is basically the Eddie Hearn fan club. Right, 53,000 tickets times £960, because that's what they are, comes to 50,880,000. Now, these questions have been asked in House of Commons, and they're getting hushed up. So, and they're wanting to talk about it at another time. It never gets sorted. You've got Frank Warren's MPs asking questions. There's MPs in Yorkshire asking questions, but where's all the money going to? Because it's not on Eddie Hearn's company accounts, because he puts them online, his accounts. StubHub, nobody seems to know anything about it. It's an eBay-owned company that they bought in 2007, 10 years ago, from some Harvard graduates in America. So you check. So where's this £46 million going? That's the difference. We're talking about not thousands, but millions. Now, this is about sixth time they've done this. In another 4 or 5 years at this rate, it's going to be running into billions. By the time Joshua's finished with all these fake fights, what they're going to do, get Shannon Briggs up next. He's going to ride off into the sunset when somebody knocks him out, isn't he? It's not going to matter. They're going to fold the companies. They're going to go. The con has been caught. We've been conned.
So there you have it there, Michael. In terms of the investments, they're more than getting the investment back in this fight. So they're getting the maximum amount in the stadium. I'm not saying it's not a big fight, but getting the maximum amount in the stadium, getting the maximum out of StubHub. So if Joshua loses, then hey, doesn't matter. Bring him back again. He got beat by Klitschko, great champion. Klitschko goes on, becomes 3-time world champion. And the rematch, imagine how much money a rematch would make.
It all depends, of course, if Joshua loses, how he loses. If he could start quick.
What's that? What was that?
I was going to say if rematch. It depends on how the fight goes. I mean, if Joshua gets started out quick, it's going to be. Will there be a call for a rematch?
Look, yeah, it's starched out by McCall. There was a rematch. Eventually,
different circumstances.
They'll want a rematch, Michael. The con men, the Hearns are accountants. Barry Hearn was the youngest chartered accountant in 1970 in England. These people are accountants. In 1995, these people pulled out of boxing because the numbers weren't adding up. When Chris Eubank lost his second fight against Collins, they pulled out of boxing. And then they didn't come back then until Froch, mainly. They didn't really do anything until Carl Froch signed for him in 2010. They were out of the game 15 years because the numbers didn't add up. That's the bottom line. As soon as the numbers don't add up, these people pull out. They do not invest in fighters. In 31 years, they've had 3 world champions from debut. 3. Eddie Hyde in 1995, Anthony Joshua for a belt that they took off Tyson, and Yafai, Carl Yafai. Now, Anthony Joshua and Yafai are from the Olympic team. Robert McCracken's in charge of the Olympic team. McCracken and Sims are best mate. Sims is the matchroom head trainer. So McCracken filters all the Olympians down to matchroom. Nobody else gets any fighters from there unless they don't want them. That's how it's working. It's a conveyor belt of talent. They don't have to invest in fighters because the fighters are already the finished article at Sheffield at the EIS. Now, then when the fighters turn pro, they go back to the EIS and they train there, so they get to use all the facilities because Joshua's trainer is McCracken. He runs it. so nobody else gets a look in. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Similar to a farming system, if you will.
Pardon?
Similar to a farming system, if you will.
Yeah, basically, that's about it. Yeah, that's about it in a nutshell. So Matchroom do not invest in fighters. They have got fighters that were on our books. We had Jamie McDonnell. Now, my boss, Dennis Hobson, he invested £400,000 in Jamie McDonnell's career. He came to us with 2 losses and a draw. He then went to British, Commonwealth, European and IBF World Champion status. He won the world title in Doncaster Rovers Soccer Stadium in Doncaster.
I remember watching it.
He then left us and went to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's not invested no money in that guy, has he? What's he done? He's not invested anything in him. Do you know what I mean? This is how it's going over here. The young guys want to get on Sky, don't they? Which I understand. But Eddie Hearn is not investing in fighters. They don't invest in them. They've won 7 purse bids in 31 years. They don't win purse bids. They've just lost the purse bid for Callum Smith. Do you want me to tell you why they don't win a purse bid? Because they send the fighter into another country to get beat up. Eddie Hearn cops the TV money off the American people, and the promoter pays his fighter. Eddie Hearn doesn't have to do anything for that money. If Callum Smith beats Anthony Dirrell, he'll get $990,000. Eddie Hearn will cop 25% of that. That's $250,000 for doing nothing. He don't invest in his fighters. Callum Smith's from the Olympic team. He didn't make the Olympic team. He's from the GB squad. He missed the Olympic team by 1 point. So that'll be another guy with a world title from the conveyor belt at Sheffield. This is how it's going. And there's other guys up there that are going to be signing with him. In fact, we just signed that Joe, who is it, Anthony Ingram? Cordini or something?
Yeah, Cordini.
And who's that other guy they signed? Him from up north. There's 2 in the Josh, is there?
I'm not sure.
The guys they've signed from there, they don't invest in fighters. Eddie Hearn had an interview 5 years ago and he said if Sky didn't back us, we're using Sky's money. If Sky didn't back us, they wouldn't be in boxing. It's a con. Everybody's being conned and nobody's saying anything about it. They're not investing in boxing. They're stealing fighters from other people or they're getting them from the GB squad. Well, the statistics don't lie. 1 world champion in 30-odd years, and he wasn't even from England, he was from Nigeria. And they were paying him £200 a week. That's hardly investing, is it? behind, he went on to win a world title. And after he won the world title, his first defence, who were that against? Riddick Bowe. They cashed him in against Riddick Bowe. Got his brains splattered against Riddick Bowe. That's what they did to Herbie Hyde. They didn't cash Joshua in his first defence, though, did they? They milked him. It's wrong what's going on. It's wrong. And people are stood back and they're watching it. What's going on? It's wrong. I don't agree with it. I think it's totally wrong. Totally wrong.
Okay. Michael, what are your thoughts on all of this?
It's interesting. Unfortunately, it's nothing new.
No, it's been good for years, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's just part of the ugly side of the sport, which unfortunately we just have to take. So I hear you, and you're right, but this is just part of the seedy underbellings of the sport that's always been a part of it, sadly. But the fact that you are speaking this truth, you need to speak this truth. You should speak this truth just to inform folks. But sadly, it is what it is, and it's probably going to continue, whether in the U.S., whether in the U.K., whether in the U.S., whether in Germany, or other parts of the boxing world.
Indeed. I want to. Somebody asked the question about the next generation. Do you know anything about the next generation?
No, I didn't watch it.
You don't watch it. Hold on.
Your call of the night.
Yeah, the new generation. According to Eddie Hearn, the new generation of fighters.
I didn't watch it. No.
Michael, you know anything about the next generation fighters?
Being here in the States, I'm outside the loop. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'm out of the loop as well, because I have no interest in the next generation fighters. I've no interest, to be honest. Maybe in the future I will when they kind of get known, but at the moment I've got no interest in them at the moment. So that sounds cruel, but
it sounds I don't know what it is, but it sounds like something like the Contender Series that happened here in the U.S. a while back. So I'm not sure, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. Okay, Abel Sanchez, going back to the interview, he said he talked about obviously Klitschko KOing Joshua. He also said about Errol Spence. He thinks Errol Spence is not ready for Kell Brook. He thinks that Errol Spence is inexperienced. And he thinks that you need a little bit more than athleticism and a big punch to get you places in boxing. And Kell Brook's going to expose him. What are your thoughts about that? First, Michael.
First of all, I would disagree with his assessment that Errol Spence is just quote unquote athleticism. Athleticism doesn't go to the body like Errol Spence does. That's first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you watch Errol Spence over the last few fights, question his opposition if you want, but if you look at him and how he performs, there's a progression in terms of a technical standpoint. He uses the jab better. His footwork is tighter. His defense is not totally there yet, but it's improving.
Mm-hmm.
And we obviously know about the power, the punching power. And athleticism, quote unquote, athleticism doesn't go to the head and body. It's not a diversified attack like you see in Errol Spence from an offensive standpoint. So while I respect Abel Sanchez and what he does, I just happen to disagree with his view of one Errol Spence.
I have to disagree as well with Abel, but I'll pick him up on that on the next interview I do with him. Russell, your thoughts on Errol Spence? Is he an American hype job, or is he the real deal? Russell, are you there? Oh, that's Russell's answer. He just hasn't responded. So let's continue a bit more. How do you think this fight's going to go between Spence and Brook, Michael?
All depends on how Brook. We have to see after a couple of rounds, because it all depends on how he recovers physically and mentally from the Golovkin fight. How difficult will it be for him to return back down to 147 pounds? If he can make it rather comfortably, and if he shows he's all the way back from a physical and particularly a mental standpoint, it's a fantastic fight. I would make Errol Spence the favorite, but Brook, if he's there 100%, he can certainly give Spence a hell of a fight. He can certainly win, but we have to see them in the ring after a few rounds. Okay.
I'm going to close on this. This subject is very interesting. It's been, Russell's man down. He's, as Spence would say, man down. Russell's battery's gone. Here's something that I'd like to talk to you about. Alexander Usyk, his new trainer is Ross Anbar. But listen to this bit. Did you hear the rest of the story?
No, I haven't.
I did break the story today. Supposedly, Ross Anbar and Igor Klimas, the manager of Usyk, have bought 50% each of the Garcia gym, the Robert Garcia gym, the academy. They've got 50% each, and Anbar's going to be the main trainer, and Klimas is going to just manage fighters, but he's not going to promote them. What do you think of that?
I don't like that one bit.
There you go.
Why would Garcia give up half of his gym like that?
No, he's given up the whole gym. I'm saying
gym.
50% has gone to 50% has gone to supposedly Anbar, and 50% has gone to Klimas.
I don't understand. Again, did Garcia have a say in this? Did they just make a power move where he had no choice?
I don't know.
I don't like this one bit. just from what you're saying, this is shady as hell. Something's going on here. I need to hear some further details, some investigation, for him to just take over like that of
Here,
Garcia's gym.
I'll read the email for you. Probably weren't there, but let me just let me get the email. Let me get the message I got, and I'll read it to you again. I'll read it for you because obviously you weren't in the room at the time when I got it. Right. I'll read it again just for the point of some people may have heard it before, but other people, the first time of them hearing it. Okay. Here's the message I got. Hi, Ingram. We just got message from the Ukrainian guy who knows insider information. He says Igor Klimas and Russ Anbar both bought out Robert Garcia's Boxing Academy gym and now share 50% of it each. He feels James Ali Bashir was absolutely right when he said it was Klima's idea to fire Bashir. He feels that the whole idea was to make Russ Anbar look like a top trainer. Like people will see, that world champion left his trainer, with whom he has very successful and won his world title, to work with Anbar and say, oh, he must be really good if Usyk left Bashir for him and didn't even go to Anatoly Lomachenko. So it looks like their global intention is to attract former amateur stars from Ukraine, Russia, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, and other post-Soviet countries to be managed by Klimas and to be trained by business partner Russ Anbar. Klimas doesn't want to be a promoter because it means he would need to invest money in fighters. He wants other people, Top Rank, Duva, K2, to invest money in fighters, and he would just get his manager's share from the fighters' contracts, and his business partner, Russ Anbar, would get the trainer's share, respectively. Klimas basically wants no risk, high reward situation for him. So yeah, money is the reason, as always. The worst thing is that working with a professional cutman as a head trainer may destroy not only Usyk's career, but also the career of many talented amateurs from the Ukraine and other post-Soviet countries, who will come to the US and sign with Klimas and Bar.
My alarm bells are ringing here. My third eye is open. Where are they getting this kind of resources to make these kind of power moves to do all this?
You tell me.
That's why that's the question out there for me. Where are they getting all of these resources to make all these kind of power moves like this? Again, something's awry here. I don't like this one bit, not one bit at all. Because if they can do this, imagine what they can do in the next 3, 4, 5 years.
Explain.
In the kind of moves they can make. No. This something about this is not right at all.
Well, listen to this. They shafted Bashir out of the way. They not only shafted Bashir, but they shafted Usyk's. He was assistant trainer, and the assistant trainer was actually a good friend of Usyk, and they shafted him as well.
See,
and go ahead.
Continue on because no.
Check this out. In the corner, the night that Bashir and Usyk fought Minchuno, remember that fight?
Yeah.
Right. Bashir was the lead trainer that night, but he didn't do Usyk's hands. He didn't wrap his hands. I've now come to find out Anbar was wrapping his hands. Anbar was in the corner of that fight. And for the weigh-in where the lead trainer's there, he wasn't there. He was in the crowd. And other people were up in front of Usyk. And he wasn't even allowed into the press conference. And that was the lead trainer.
See, this is just nothing but a straight power move. And the way it's being done is not right. It's not cool. It's bullying on their part. All just basically for money. For me.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you exposing this. This needs to be highlighted more. I hope others get wise on what's going on here because based on what you're reporting exclusively here, this is foul, beyond foul. And again, I'll ask you again, where are they getting the resources to make these kind of moves?
Well, maybe K2. I've put money in. I don't know. Don't know.
I don't know either. Go ahead.
What would be your suspicions, or what would, if you were going to look to where the money would be coming from?
Maybe promoter, maybe someone non-boxing related, some big fat cats who are all of a sudden want to be invested in the sport in some kind of way. I don't know.
Did you see the pad work of Anbar with Usyk?
It wasn't professional.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. I mean,
you're joking it.
And it's ultimately going to hurt the fighter, in my opinion. There's not going to be a progression based on what I've seen from that, based on the experience of this guy. He will not improve. He will become stagnant as a fighter. But let's face it, they don't really care about that, do they?
No. They're chasing the Michael Hunter fight now. Right. Michael Hunter's next up.
Because there's a bigger end game here than the fighter. The bigger end game seems to me the business. Financial.
Absolutely.
So, to your earlier Russell's point when he was talking about Matchroom and all that, talking about they're not really invested in the fighter. There's a kind of an indirect link here because the common theme is the same in what you're telling me now.
See, what happens is you've got fighters that go with certain let me rephrase that. You've got certain fighters that are not very successful in their careers, and then they go with management or teams that actually invest in the fighter, and then the fighter gets up the ladder, and then when they get to a certain level, then they leave that person that's been there all the time, and then they go to people who don't care for them.
Right.
Jamie McDonald's a fine example. He was, like you heard early on about his record, and then he left Dennis Hobson for Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn would have touched Jamie McDonald with a barge pole beforehand. Nobody wanted Jamie McDonald, and Hobson took him in and invested in him. Took him British, Commonwealth, European world title. I remember the night Dennis Hobson set it all up for the fight for him to fight in Doncaster. He won the world title.
And yeah, I remember that fight. I remember when he won the world title.
And then he left. He went to Eddie Hearn. That's not good. It's not good at all.
Yeah, well, on this one, dare I say, this even seems to be more shady.
Well, I'm sure
that's
more
why
stories.
I hope not only you continue to talk about it here, but other folks, whether in the YTBC or even mainstream boxing avenues and platforms, pick up.
Well, you know, Michael. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of. I don't like you. There's a lot of personality worshippers. That people call themselves journalists, but they're not. They're these people. They won't report and stuff like this because it's too real. They'd rather listen to a promoter sit down and waffle on for an hour about things that are, immaterial. But these things like this.
Well, this is where boxing social media needs to step up
its game. Of course.
And if they don't do it, others will. You will. Other folks will. I'm glad you mentioned this because I might have to do some research. I might have to talk about this on the next episode of my show. Just send me the information, please, via Twitter or Facebook. By all means. So if they don't want to do it, we hit them up, and we hit them up in all sources by any means. This is why social media is such importance, so vital. Given the state of the game, given the state of the sport now, which is very niche, and folks will only pay to so many. People will only pay so much attention, pay attention to only so many, where people will pay attention to only certain folks. It's an important. It's vital that others bombard them bombard social media, if need be, at these personalities on social media, these mainstream folks, and say, when you gonna talk about this? Why you're not discussing this? That's what you got to do.
Well, I know. A lot of these guys that they pick up a camera and they go to press conferences and they get media accreditation. That's it. I'm a bit more fortunate because I'm actually part of a union. I'm a national union of journalists. I'm part of that union, which is good. And then inside of that, I'm part of another union as well. But I've never had, and I wouldn't. For me, if I know there are situations where there's certain promoters that would love to say you're banned from my press conference, but I couldn't give a hoot. Couldn't give a hoot, because the truth is the truth. Well, why cover your mouth because you're trying to get with the promoter? Do you know what I mean? I don't understand that. So I can get a free pass so I can go and watch a fight. What for? What's the point?
I mean, this is going to be an odd connection here I'm going to make, but I'm going to do it anyway. The reason stateside, the death of Trayvon Martin.
Yes.
The death of the brother who got choked out, the death of Sandra Bland.
Yes.
Became a national story. The reason we have the reason Black Lives Matter is what it is.
Yes.
The reason the issues of the criminal justice system are highlighted was because of social media.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
What concerns folks, what concern Black people specifically, and others,
yes,
bombarded Twitter, bombarded Facebook, bombarded G+, highlighting these deaths in the questionable circumstances. Tamir Rice, 12 years old, being shot down. Laquan McDonald being shot down, and the PD, the state's attorney, the mayor, all of us being part of a conspiracy to cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Black Lives Matter bombards the issue of incompetent and corrupt criminal justice system, particularly as it pertains to police, it's others in boxing have to do the same thing in terms of the stories that you just brought up.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. People want airy fairy stories. They want anything too deep
and raise hell until they bring something up. And if they don't bring something up, you continue to raise hell, because this story, what you just telling me now, again, this is something's not right about this. It's not right at all. The way that Bashir, I knew how Bashir got kicked to the curb. I knew that was wrong. But I said
this. I warned people about this almost a year beforehand. It was going to happen. I told him, "Oh no, me and Usyk a good relationship, Uncle. You're going to get kicked. Oh, me and Usyk's got a great relationship. He's like a son to me. You're getting kicked. Oh, yeah." And then I find, he sent me a text message, and now we're no longer together. Oh, that's how much of a son he was to you. Right, nice.
Right. So yeah, you have to bombard. I'm gonna keep using that word. You have to keep hitting folks up until this hardcore private story, if you will, is made mainstream in a boxing context. There's no other way. No other way.
Well, you can only do so much. Of course, you just keep trying and let you put the information out there. And I guess there are people out there that do care. The people in Ukraine are disgusted at the behavior, and they're reporting back and telling me this stuff. So, I guess what happens is for the average boxing fan, they don't want to hear this stuff. But for the hardcore, for the person that cares about the sport, for the person that wants to hear real stories and wants to know really about the state of the sport,
I give no damn. At Dan Rayfield, you at Steve Kim, all these folks, until and if they don't speak on the end, you call them out for not speaking on it.
Well, isn't Dan Rayfield considered one of the best journalists in the world?
He's one of the most popular. There's
What
a
makes it
difference.
what makes it popular?
Because he's associated with ESPN.
Wasn't ESPN the one that had GGG as number one, pound for pound number one?
ESPN, which he runs, had him top pound for pound. I believe they still had Chocolatito pound for pound, but Teddy Atlas, who also works for ESPN, didn't have GGG even in his top 10. So there you go. That's why I said Rayfield specifically. Because he runs that.
Well, what can you say? What can you say? There's not what you can say, is there?
Right.
All we can do is just keep doing what we got to do. Keep putting the information out there, and just keep putting the information out there. Keep reporting. Keep doing what needs to be done. You know, and that's it. You know, people who've got sense will see the wood from the trees. There are other people that just don't see sense. You leave them to it.
Keep in mind now, this is the same Rayfield who had Triple G beating Jacobs by a wide margin. So there you go. That's why I say popular. There's a difference between being very popular and being one of the quote unquote one of the best. Just because you're popular doesn't make you one of the best. Just because you're successful doesn't mean that you're great. There's a difference.
There is a difference. There is a difference indeed. So what can we learn from all this tonight, Brother JR?
In terms of Linares,
yes.
Crolla, look, Jorge Linares is obviously 1A, 1B, one of the best out there at 135. The fight to be made is with Mikey Garcia. Hardcore fans and even casual fans. Let's hope it happens ASAP. In terms of the other story, as I was telling Russell, look, one of my motto is when boxing is good, we will talk about it. When boxing is bad, we will talk about it. Bottom line is, if it's boxing, we will talk about it. This is one of the bad parts of boxing. It was here before us, it's here now, and it will be here after us. It just, sadly, it is what it is. We just have to talk about it.
We do. When this news story suddenly does break, I mean, I broke it here, but I'm sure it will come out in the US press eventually about this thing of it, Anbar, and it's a shame because Usyk's a very good fighter.
Right. And it's not just Usyk for me. It's the deal with the Garcia gym. Because it seemed like they just took that from under him. Now Garcia, like I say, I don't know if Garcia, how much he could fight. Was he all in for it? If he is, I'm putting him under fire. If he is, but we just don't know.
He probably didn't know himself, Garcia. He might not have known what the score was. They might have given him a good offer, an offer he couldn't refuse. So they bought the gym outright.
Yeah.
And all those fighters coming through the Soviet Union and the Kazakhstan, all these places now, they are going to have to look forward to getting trained by Ross Anbar. That pad work, though, was shocking. You've got to say it was shocking, wasn't it?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, they left Brother Bashir for this?
What's Michael Hunter got to say for himself? What's he like as a fighter, in your opinion?
To be honest, I have not seen enough of him to give a sound assessment.
Right.
As the fight comes on, I will pay more attention, but it wouldn't be fair of me to give a judgment on him because I just haven't seen enough.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I think I'll end it there. Brother JR, just let people know where they can find you.
You can check me out personally on Twitter, Brother JR at Brother JR76. Again, all things Pound for Pound Boxing Report. Well, you can check out Pound for Pound Boxing Report on Twitter at P4P Boxing Report. On Twitter, all things information, Pound for Pound Boxing Report, blog page, P4P Boxing Report.wordpress.com. YouTube show, as I said before. YouTube show, live show every Thursday evening, 9 p.m. in the U.S. I put the podcast up Friday. Please check that out because I add music to the podcast. P4pboxingreport.wordpress.com. Check to the right of the page, links to find the YouTube page and all of our other pages, Facebook, G+, Tumblr, as well as where to listen to us, SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, Player.fm.
Dang! Man, you're making me feel as if I'm missing something.
And I'm a sometimes contributor to Ring News 24.
Fantastic. Ring News 24. Shout out to Ring News 24. Rob and the guys over there do a fantastic job. Man, you'd have to show me some of those other things as well, man. There's a lot of stuff on social. I thought I had a lot of social media, but wow, dang. Right, Brother JR, thank you so much for being part of Baylor Worldwide Television. Thank you, those people out there that have stuck around with us from 10:30 p.m. to 2 o'clock in the morning. The next time you'll see me is tomorrow night. We have live music from a lady by the name of Sharon Musgrove, fantastic singer and recording artist. She's been with some of the best in the world, and she'll be live on Bayloric TV tomorrow night with her soulful voice and her lyrics. So I'm astounded that we've got Sharon Musgrove on tomorrow night. You can Google her name up, Sharon Musgrove. You can see all her music. I think it was Boombastic was the group that she was with in the 80s. She signed with Virgin Records at one point, and some other Sony Records as well. So yeah, I'm really proud to have her on the show tomorrow, 6 p.m. UK time, but I'll advertise it over Twitter. I hope you can join us tomorrow night for that, Michael.
Unfortunately, I will not, but I'll make sure to watch the video in the evening when I come home. So
fantastic. All right, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Next up on Baylor Worldwide Television, we're back gaming. It's you'll continue watching the journey of myself as Roma manager. This has been Ingram Jones and Brother JR signing out. This has been Crolla, Linares versus Crolla 2 live commentary and post-fight coverage. Take care, everyone. Take care, Brother JR.
You too, man.